A flickering neon sign above Dr. Alistair Grimm's office buzzed with a malevolent hum, casting grim smiles in a sickly green glow. Inside, the waiting room was a monument to outdated decor. Dust motes danced in the air, illuminated by a single, bare bulb. 10-year-old Emily clutched her wobbly tooth, a bead of sweat trickling down her temple. Unlike other dentists, Grimm never had crying children waiting. His patients were always eerily silent. A thin, gaunt man with a shark-like grin emerged from a dark doorway. His eyes, like two black marbles, gleamed with an unnerving intensity. Emily, his voice was a dry rasp. Emily, unable to speak, simply nodded. Grimm's office was worse. Instruments gleamed with an unnatural sheen on a metal table, and a strange, musky odor hung in the air. As he reclined Emily, his smile widened, revealing pointed canines. "We have a special reward system here, Emily," he said, his voice dripping with a false cheer. For each good tooth, a special gift, he held up a small, intricately carved wooden box. Curiosity warred with fear in Emily's eyes. Grimm's touch was surprisingly gentle as he numbed her gum. But as the Novocaine kicked in, a wave of dizziness washed over her, and she saw a flash of movement on the table. A tiny, winged creature with razor-sharp teeth scurried into the shadows. The extraction itself was a blur. When she came to, her mouth a throbbing mess, Grimm was placing a gleaming silver dollar under her tongue. "Leave it under your pillow tonight, Emily," he said, his eyes fixed on something beyond her. A special delivery awaits. That night, Emily dreamt of a dark palace filled with rows of gleaming teeth. A monstrous figure with a crown of gold molars sat on a throne, its eyes blazing embers. She woke with a gasp, sweat clinging to her sheets. Under her pillow, a cold, metallic chill sent shivers down her spine. It wasn't a dollar. Nestled amongst the cotton was a tiny, silver tooth, its root a barbed hook that pulsed with an eerie, malevolent light. As she reached out to touch it, a guttural growl echoed from the darkness. A shadow writhed in the corner, its form solidifying into a creature straight from her nightmare, a grotesque parody of the Tooth Fairy, all needle-like fangs and glowing red eyes. Finally, a voice rasped, filled with hunger, a worthy offering. Emily screamed, but the walls seemed to muffle the sound. The creature lunged, its eyes fixed on the silver tooth in her hand. In a desperate move, she flung the tooth across the room. It landed with a sickening clatter in a shadowy corner. Silence, then a low growl of frustration. The creature whipped its head around, searching for the lost offering. This was her chance. With a surge of adrenaline, Emily scrambled out of bed and lunged for her open window. Cold night air filled her lungs as she tumbled onto the fire escape. Behind her, the monstrous growl rose to a deafening roar. She looked back. The creature, its form illuminated by the pale moonlight, was emerging from the window, its claws outstretched. "You haven't escaped, child!" It shrieked. "The Night Fae don't give back their gifts." Emily's heart hammered in her chest. Below, the fire escape stretched endlessly down into the darkness. She had nowhere to go. As the creature reached for her, its face contorting into a grotesque grin, Emily made a desperate decision. With a scream that echoed through the night, she let go of the fire escape. The last thing she saw before the darkness consumed her was the demon's glowing eyes, filled with a chilling mix of fury and triumph. And a single thought echoed in her fading mind. Was falling to her death better than becoming a pawn in a game between a dentist and a demon?